Exploring the different worlds in Donkey Kong Bananza is one of the reasons why this game is so good. It seems that every single one of these layers have a different theme and gimmick attached to them, and the game manages to keep them all interesting no matter what. Today, we'll rank all of these worlds, or layers as the game calls them, from the worst to the best. Alright, let's do this. We start off this list with a layer that's a bit on the uninteresting side, but it was actually planned this way. Welcome to the Divide, located on sublayer 400. As the name implies, this floating platform wants you to choose your next move. Are you going to go to the snow world, or are you going to go to the forest world? Because of that, it's kind of uninteresting, as you can pretty much clear it in less than 10 minutes. But once again, that's the point of this world. The Divide wanted you to choose a path, left or right. Well, after you clear either the forest or the freezer layer, you will go down to this next world, the Junction. And well, as the name implies, it's meant to bring you back to a central path. Yup, this is pretty much all there is to this one. The Junction is where you'll fight Void Kong for the first time, which is kinda cool, but to be honest, just like the Divide, it is a layer you only spend a few minutes on in between two better layers. So yeah, let's move on. When the game first starts, Donkey Kong is digging for gold and bananas on Ingot Isle. And this tutorial section is actually quite fun, as it teaches you the ins and outs of this game, but it's kind of limited. After you beat the final boss, you will get to go back to the Ingot Isle, and well, it does feature a few more bananas, but this area is still not the best one the game has to offer. Basically, it's an underground mine with a bunch of hidden caves. It's alright, I guess. In the depth of sublayer 1000, we will find the landfill layer. And basically, as the name implies, this layer is pretty much filled to the brim with ground. There's a society that lives underground in some tunnels, but yeah, if you want to get there, well, you'll need to dig yourself a path. That's pretty much all there is to say about this one. It's very simple. Punch the ground, find hidden stuff, and voila! Located very close to the planet's core, the Forbidden Layer is the very last world before reaching the center of the planet. And this layer is kinda weird, but in a good way. It seems that every single character that lives down here has been there for so long that they forgot how to interact with other beings. For that reason, they are all pretty aggressive with you, and they want money to help you progress. There's a cool gimmick on this layer as well. Basically, there are those force fields looking things, and everything you throw in these will create a floating path. That means you can throw rocks all over the place and build your own world. That's kinda neat. This next up, the forest layer, is actually quite cool. At first, it's just your typical forest level, with tons of trees, roots, and poisoned water to dodge. But you'll soon realize that this layer features more than that. First off, you can throw those seeds to create bridges that will allow you to avoid the poison water, which is kinda neat. Also, this layer contains a freaking hotel full of ostriches. A hotel in a DK game? That's new! This hotel contains a lovely garden, a pool area, and obviously tons of yummy bananas to find. As you go deeper in the sublayers, you'll find more poison water and dangerous red vines, but thankfully, this is the area in which we get the Ostrich Bananza power-up, and being able to fly all over the place is just insanely fun and very useful. The third layer we'll get to visit in our quest is the Hilltop Layer, and well, this one is basic. I mean, take a good look at it. It's just a big hill with secret tunnels located here and there. It's not a bad layer per se, but it's also not a good one. It's kind of uninspired, I would say. I think the reason why this is so huge and empty is because the game wants to teach you about chunk surfing, which works and all, but yeah, I don't think we needed an entire area dedicated to this one single move. You know what they say, it's all about the journey, not the destination. Well, I think this kinda applies for this layer here, the planet core. This is the final stop of the quest, and well, it feels more like a final level than it does a layer. Basically, the Kremlins have taken control of the planet core and you'll have to fight them and go down various minecarts until you reach King K. Rool. This means you'll have to fight tons of enemies and go through several challenges, but the sense of exploration is completely missing from this one. And once again, let me say that this is not a bad thing, that's the point of this final level. But in a game that's all about finding secret tunnels and punching through mountains, this area feels more Mario-esque, if that makes any sense. It's still pretty rad to see all of the classic Kremlin enemies, and even their death sound is the same as the Donkey Kong Country series, so that's a big W in my books. Hey, while we're on the topic of classic DK things, welcome to the Racing Layer. A layer that has been built by my good old friends Diddy and Dixie Kong. Basically, these two fell down the various layers and they got kinda bored. So they built themselves a racing arena and they're organizing Rambi races. This makes no sense, I love it. This is yet again a very simple layer and you'll clear it quite fast, but it's so original. You'll get to ride a Rambi and race against Diddy and Dixie. I mean, how cool is that? Winning the race will lead you on top of this really cool looking trophy too, so that's pretty neat. Next up is the Radiance Layer, and this one is actually quite original. It is a mysterious layer that features tunnels, ice paths, and it's pretty dark down there, so you'll need to bring some light blocks with you if you want to see where you're going. There's a bunch of zip lines as well, and let's be honest, these are always pretty fun. After you clear the cave part, you will enter a way wider zone that seems to be located in the clouds. You'll need to play with the light switches in order to turn some clouds into walkable pathways. This is what I like about DK Bananza, you never know what to expect. I mean, we go from a dark cave to a cloud world on the same freaking layer. Isn't that crazy? To be honest, I wasn't expecting to find a beach-themed level in a game where you go down to the center of a planet. But hey, here we are, the Resort Layer. This world is full of water, giant fruits, and it's basically a great place to relax. There are a bunch of rainbow platforms in this zone, and these can be used to fly up in the air. And trust me, you'll want to do that if you want to get all of the bananas. It's kind of a shame we cannot dive underwater because that's pretty much all that's missing from this layer. Everything else is perfect. The perfect weather has been replaced completely in this next world. Welcome to the Tempest Layer, home of thunderstorms and infinite rain. This place is like the opposite of the Resort Layer, as this is not a place to relax at all. Thankfully, after navigating your way through the storm, you'll reach the home of the elephants. And at least there's a roof that protects us from the rain here. Sadly, we'll have to go in lower sublayers and we'll experience a new sort of storm, lava rain. Yup, this cave is filled to the brim with lava, and we even need to get a chunk of terrain to use as an umbrella because it's raining lava. Man, this world is so aggressive to us. Why do the elephants enjoy it so much? There's a point in the story where Pauline and DK will be split up. And well, DK ends up in jail. Dang it. Welcome to the Groove Layer. And well, it's hard to see why it's called the Groove Layer because everything is white, shiny, and there's no music playing. That is suspicious. As we escape jail and explore the different rooms in the area, we'll soon see that the groove has been stolen. We'll need to bring back the sound waves to their respective speakers in order to get this party started. But look at that, now it's groovy. To be fair, this layer isn't the craziest, but the fact that you have to go through it without Pauline and any of your special Bananza abilities makes it way more special, and that's why I enjoyed it so much. It was a turning point in the storyline, and I kind of enjoy that. It's kind of cold, isn't it? Oh right, we have made our way to the Freezer Layer. And I know I'm not typically a fan of ice-themed levels, but this one is just so cool! It features an outside area with a lot of snow to dig through, but it also features a big ice cave to explore. You'll need to watch out for the ice-cold water as it hurts our pal DK. Eventually, the Freezer Layer also turns into a hot lava layer. Yup, Kinda like the Freeze Flame Galaxy in Super Mario Galaxy, you'll need to combine the lava and the snow in order to get through the level. Sometimes the only way across the lava is using ice to cool it down, and other times you'll need the hot lava to melt the ice. This is what I like the most about this layer, mixing hot and cold. Alright, next up is the Canyon Layer, and well, this one features a bunch of minecarts. And well, DK seems to love minecarts, so these two go hand in hand. This is a very big layer, and there are different mountains to explore and break, and also tons of hidden bananas to find. This layer is also home to a refinery that processes banandium and mixes them to create things. Yeah, I'm not so sure what the end product is, but this refinery is where you'll meet the Mad Mixer, a boss you need to destroy using bombs while riding a minecart. Very original and also very cool. Right after going through the Ingot Isle in the intro level, you'll make your way down to the Lagoon Layer. And wow, what an amazing layer to start with! It's no wonder it's the first level they want you to play through. It is the perfect one to show you all you can do in DK Bananza. Digging tunnels, fighting enemies, exploring secret caves, fighting angry enemies, getting your first DK Bananza ability. Those are all things you do on this layer. It is a tutorial layer in a way, but it never feels like one, because it doesn't need to stop to teach you anything. You learn it all by exploring the world and going through it. I personally couldn't go down to the Canyon Layer before getting every single fossil and banana in this layer first, because of how fun it was to just destroy and explore everything. Give us a Lagoon Layer stage in the next Smash Bros. Game, Nintendo, please, I beg you! One of the coolest layers is located near the end of the game, and well, welcome to the Feast Layer. This huge spot is home to an amusement park with a bunch of different rides to get on. It's also home of the legendary burger, but sadly you'll have to press the burger switches to build it first. This is a layer full of food-related puzzles, where salt is actually your best ally against the invasion of yucky green muck. Ew, get this out of my burger, please. Exploring all of this world and going through the various rides and challenges, the Ferris wheel, the roller coaster, and all of this to build a giant burger is what I enjoyed the most. It's huge, features tons of secrets, and well, it's one of the most original worlds in a video game, period. Well, there you go. What do you think of my list? Do you agree? Disagree? Let me know in the comment section down below, and tap the cards on screen for more epic DK Bananza videos. Alright, see ya gamers!